What's up guys, just Josh here. So today I'm bringing you guys another story time video. Now a couple days ago I posted the story of my first time getting drunk, and you guys seem to like that video. And the past couple days I've been racking my brain about like what other stories I have that I could tell here on the channel. If you guys remember, in that video I did say like I'm not one of these guys that has this crazy life and a bunch of shit happened and I got stories for days. I mean, I just have a pretty normal life. Nothing really crazy happened, but this story's might even be crazier than the last one of my first time getting drunk. This is how I almost got arrested at school. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, like since the previous Just Joshing channel, the one that got terminated by YouTube for no reason, a little over 3 years ago now, I told this story I think twice on that channel. I think I told it, and then something happened to the video. Maybe not a lot of people watched it, or I took it down, or something happened to it, and I ended up telling the story again in another video. So I believe I told the story twice on the old channel, but I have not retold it on this channel, so I just decided to do that today. So you might have already heard about this, or you might have not, but anyways, enjoy. So this all happened when I was in 10th grade. Now I graduated in 2019, so that probably would have been 2016, 2017. I think 2016, I think. Yeah, so this story involves one of my friends. For the sake of the story, I'll just call him Mikey. So Mikey was one of those friends. I'm sure we've all had a friend like this, or a couple friends like this, where you don't really have normal conversations with them. I mean, maybe you have some normal conversations, and me and him definitely have, like, just about random life shit, but mostly we just joked around and just did stupid shit together. So yeah, we basically just made like weird noises that we found funny, and then had like a bunch of funny catchphrases and shit. So yeah, pretty fun times. And then for whatever reason, we just decided to do prank calls at lunch. We had 4th period lunch together. Which, by the way, quick side note, is a fucking terrible idea. Do not ever do prank calls at school, because shit can go wrong, as we'll soon find out. So we called up random places like FYE, and in like a weird voice is like, "Hey buddy, y'all guys got child porn tapes?" And shit like that. And then we called like mattress places like IKEA or whatever. And then I had a really high voice back then, and I could do like a really fucking weird squeaker voice. So I was like, "Hi, my name is Dwight Henderson. I was wondering what your policy is on having sex in the mattresses in the store," and shit like that. And then, you know, basically just said, "Oh, I'm gonna come down there with my girlfriend, and we're gonna test out the mattress to see if it fits our needs," or something like that. Yeah, just really dumb shit like that. And then one day we just decided to call Home Depot. And I was on the phone and I asked for a rope, a ceiling fan, and a chair. And then the lady said that she was going to call the cops. Now, we did have like that threatened a couple times. And whenever that happened, I just passed the phone to my friend who had a deeper voice than I did. And in the deepest voice he could, he's just like, "Oh, you're really going to call the cops on a 9-year-old kid? That's my son." And that worked. But this time they like hung up. And I tried calling them back and I couldn't. But we just really thought nothing of it, and we went to our next class. So my next class after 4th period lunch was biology. And it was a double period or a block period or whatever you want to call it. So 5th period biology. The first period of biology went smooth. Nothing happened. And then the 2nd period of biology, like right as it started, my teacher gets a phone call on the classroom phone, and she's like, "Josh, you have to go to the main office." Now my dumbass is thinking, "Oh, I didn't do anything. Why am I going to the office?" And yeah, it turns out that lady on the phone really did call the cops. So yeah, I walked down to the main office. Now the main office is in the entry area. So like where the doors are, where you go in the morning and then go out at the end of the day. So like coming into the school, basically the main office is on the left, and then the guidance counselor is all the way to the right. So I'm heading to the main office, so it's reversed. So the main office would be on my right. So I could see cop cars outside the school. And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's not good." And then it didn't really fully click with me at that point. Even seeing the cop cars, it didn't really fully click with me what was going on until I actually walked in the office. They told me to go into this room, and there was a police officer and one of like the, not home monitors, but like one of the people in the main office. And then they basically asked me like what I said on the phone call, and I told them like I asked Home Depot for a rope, a ceiling fan, in the chair. And then they asked me like weird shit like, oh, why'd you ask for that? Are you suicidal? And I'm like, no, I'm not. It was just a prank call. They were relieved to hear it was just a prank call, but you can't be doing that stuff. And then the police officer like went on a whole tangent about how, oh, we were able to, even though you used *67, you masked your number, we were able to track your phone anyways. They tracked the exact location, like not even that. Like they were able to see that I was at the school, which is really fucking creepy when you think about it. That caller ID or whatever is that advanced. But yeah. And then yeah, they talked to Mikey too. He was in another room, and then eventually they brought me in the same room with him, and then we were just waiting for the police officer to come in and talk to us like together. And we were just laughing. Like we were just laughing. The funny thing actually, like when I got in the room, like we were sitting next to each other, he put his head in his hands and I thought he was crying, and then he looks at me and he's literally in tears fucking laughing. And then the police officer comes in and he basically just says the same thing, like, you guys can't be doing that. I called Home Depot, they don't want to press charges, they understood that you were just kids doing a prank. So yeah, if Home Depot wanted to press charges, I guess maybe we would have gotten arrested or something. Something would have happened. We would have went to juvie or something. I really don't know. I don't see how they could do that over a prank call, but definitely would not have been good if they wanted to press charges. But yeah, basically our punishment from the school was we just had to do like community service, so we had to stay after for a couple weeks. Like stay after a couple days a week for a couple weeks, and then just sweep the cafeteria and wipe down the tables and shit like that. I think we have, I don't know if we had to wipe down lockers too. I think that was something else we did. Yeah, that was something else we did. In ninth grade, like the previous year, we threw soap on the bathroom stall and shit, and some kid ratted us out and we had to wipe down lockers for a couple weeks. But anyways, that doesn't deserve its own story time video, but that's just a little story inside of the story. But anyways, we just made fun of the whole thing. Like, we were just cleaning up the trash in the cafeteria, and we were like, look at all this shit on the floor. Kids ain't got no respect for this school. And that was funny. But home was a different story. I still remember getting off the bus that day that happened, and my dad was fucking livid. Like, he just let me have it. My mom wasn't happy either, but my dad was fucking just ballistic. And yeah, rightfully so. Honestly, it was an incredibly stupid thing to do. And I believe it was either before Christmas break or spring break. It might have been before Christmas break. I kind of thought it was before spring break, but it was before one of the two. I can't remember exactly. It's been a long time. It's been about 5 years since that happened, so I can't really remember. It's a bit fuzzy, some of the details about that. But yeah, basically it was right before either Christmas break or spring break. Probably Christmas break, I don't know. But yeah, I had my electronics taken away for that whole week, and that really sucked. So like, no phone, no PlayStation. I had my PlayStation Vita, which my parents kind of forgot I had. So that was cool. I used that. Although I don't think, that might have been freshman year I did that. I don't know if I did that in 10th grade, but yeah, for a while there they forgot I had a PlayStation Vita, and I was able to hide that from them for a little bit. So that thing was my best friend there when my shit was getting taken away. Like, I got my shit taken away pretty regularly in high school because I just had a bunch of missing assignments, wasn't having good grades and shit like that. But anyways, my friend Mikey, he basically got off scot-free at home. He got yelled at, but he didn't get anything taken away, which was pretty crazy. I mean, his parents are pretty laid back. I mean, my parents are kind of laid back as well, but they're pretty strict about school and shit, like bad grades or missing assignments or whatever. They really don't like that. But yeah, Mikey there, he got off pretty easy, honestly. Way easier than I did. But anyways, moral of the story, just don't do prank calls, especially not at school. Like, that is just the dumbest idea, to do prank calls at school. But yeah, I mean, honestly, prank calls on their own, like, yeah, you can use a VPN, you can use star 67 or whatever, but technology is so advanced nowadays, you can get tracked. Like I said, they were able to track my exact location to see that I was at the school, which was, yeah, like I said, pretty fucking creepy, honestly. But anyways, guys, that's probably the craziest story I have. Like, even crazier than my first time getting drunk. So, yeah. If I think of any other crazy stories, I'll tell you guys. But, like I said, I really don't have many crazy stories. My life is pretty normal and boring. Maybe I'd have more crazy stories if I actually talked to people in high school. I mean, I had crippling, like, social anxiety back in high school, so I didn't really talk to anyone. So maybe if I actually talked to people and made more friends, I'd have crazy stories, but I don't. So, yeah, that's basically it, guys. Moral of the story again, don't do prank calls. They're pretty fucking stupid. And, yeah, peace out.